Conrad's Fate by Diana Wynne Jones. Read by Tom Hollander. When I was small, I always thought Stallery Mansion was some kind of fairy tale castle. I could see it from my bedroom window, high in the mountains above Stallchester, flashing gold when the sun struck it. There are a lot of mountains here. Stallchester is in the English Alps, and most people thought that this was the reason why you could only receive television at one end of town, but my uncle told me it was Stallery. "It's the protections they put around the place to stop anyone investigating them," he said. "The magic blanks out the signal." My Uncle Alfred was a magician in his spare time, so he knew this sort of thing. Most of the time he made a living for us all by keeping the bookshop at the cathedral end of town. He was a skinny, worrity little man, and it always seemed a great burden to him having to look after me and my mother and sister Anthea. He rushed about, muttering, "How do I find the money, Conrad, with the book trade so slow?" The bookshop was in our name, too, Grant and Tez Dinnick, but Uncle Alfred explained that it belonged to him now. He and my father had started the shop together, then, just after I was born, my father needed a lot of money suddenly, Uncle Alfred told me, and he sold his half of the bookshop to Uncle Alfred. Then, my father died. Anthea wanted to know what father had needed the money for, but Uncle Alfred said he didn't know. "And you never get any sense out of mother," Anthea said to me, "so I think it must have been gambling debts. The casino's only just up the road after all." I rather liked the idea of my father gambling half a bookshop away. I liked taking risks myself. When I was 8, I went down all the steepest ski runs, and in the summer I went rock climbing. Unfortunately, someone saw me halfway up Stall Crag and told my uncle. "Oh no, Conrad," he said, wagging a worried finger at me. "I can't have you taking these risks." "My dad did, betting all that money." "He lost it," said my uncle, "and I have a shrewd idea he was robbed by those crooked aristocrats up at Stallery." "What?" I said. "You mean Count Rudolph came with a gun and held him up?" My uncle laughed. "Ha ha ha, nothing so dramatic, Con. They do things quietly and mannerly up at Stallery. They pull the possibilities like gentlemen." "How do you mean?" I said. "I'll explain when you're old enough to understand the magic of high finance," my uncle replied. "Meanwhile," his face went all withered and serious, "you can't go risking your neck on Stall Crag, Con, not with the bad karma you carry." "What's karma?" I asked. "That's another thing I'll explain when you're older," my uncle said. "Just don't let me catch you rock climbing again, that's all." I sighed. Karma was obviously very heavy if it stopped you climbing rocks. I went to ask Anthea about it. Anthea is nearly 10 years older than me, and she was very learned even then. She was sitting over a line of open books on the kitchen table, with her long black hair trailing over the page she was writing notes on. "Don't bother me now, Con," she said without looking up. "She's growing up just like Mum," I thought. "But I need to know what karma is." "Karma?" Anthea looked up. She has huge dark eyes. She opened them wide to stare at me. "Karma's like fate, except it's to do with what you did in a former life. Suppose that in a life you had before this one you did something bad or didn't do something good, then fate is supposed to catch up with you in this life, unless you put it right by being extra good, of course. Understand?" "Yes," I said, though I didn't. "Do people live more than once, then?" "The magicians say you do," Anthea answered. "I'm not sure I believe it myself. I mean, how can you check?" "There's another..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?